What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Good But Not Soft podcast. I am joined here today by Bacon Bit, or Bacon's Ballistics, or Marshall, or Bacon, or Hey You.
Yeah.
And Kimberly, or Miss Curly K, as I like to call her.
I hate that.
This is Joshua's wife. Say something profound.
We're here, and we're about to make history. Hey, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We are going to be doing a Q&A on the Good But Not Soft podcast channel. So drop your comments down in the comment section and be on the lookout for this upcoming episode. So Josh is unable to make it for this episode, Ron as well, coincidentally, but we decided to bring on Josh's wife for this episode and we figured this would be fun.
If you can't tell, Josh lives close.
So
Such a long walk to get
I
here.
know. 5 steps.
15.
So Kimberly,
Yes.
tell us a little about yourself.
Oh, I was prepared for that question. I was public schooled. I'm 18, turning 19 in January. Got married to Josh in July of this year. We've been married for like 2 months. It's been a few months.
it's
Not
almost
very
3.
long. I think it's almost 3. But
Can't even remember when she got married.
I remember when we got married. I don't know what day
Goodness.
today is.
Oh man. Well, you answered some of my questions because I
Yeah.
asked you when you got married and
Nice.
So
when you
were
met.
prepared.
So when did y'all meet? How long have you
Oh,
known Josh?
we met at church camp in 2020, COVID year.
Woohoo.
Mm,
So
Legit.
we were there.
been a few years.
I liked him the entire time.
Oh, yeah, everybody could tell.
Well, hold up. I denied it heavily for the first
That doesn't
year.
mean anything.
That doesn't
Still-
mean
still.
anything.
Still.
It means nothing. Denying it doesn't
it
mean
means
nobody
something
knew.
to me. No.
Do
Like,
not-
now that we're married, it was really dumb because I was really obvious.
Mhm.
But, like, we met and we didn't talk for, like, a few months till me and you started talking off, like, this Call of Duty group chat we had back then. And then you
We
invited me.
trash talk everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah. We're like the squeakers.
Or trash talk you, mostly.
Mostly.
I no, he always got mad at me because I killed him and you'd claim I
Yes.
had mods.
Yes. No, that was all.
I
of
beat
us.
you like 50-1 in 1v1.
Yeah, that I didn't have mods. I just
Yeah.
could beat Marshall.
Poor Marshall.
I
I'm sorry,
know.
buddy.
I regret asking her to come on. But I'm kidding.
Well, before we get any further into some of our other questions, we have a sponsor for this episode. Similar to last week, we had a sponsor last week. This week we got another. So, Marshall, how about we do that sponsor?
Today's sponsor is water. What is water? H2O. Why do you need water? To live. Why don't you love yourself? And it's 80% of you. And get some water, people.
Woo!
That was very
All right.
very
You're
fun.
naturally dramatic.
Now that our
I was gonna say
advertisement's
fruity.
out of the
Can
way.
you say that on?
You've said so much. You
Yeah,
can't. That
go
is the
back now.
least of all
So-
of it.
Now that we have our sponsor out of the way,
Quite literally.
right out of the way, over there. Kimberly,
Mhm.
we'll start off with a similar question we've asked Ronald.
Okay.
Where are you from?
According to Josh, the islands.
But you're not
No.
exotic, right?
No, apparently not. No. So we were in the truck the other day, and I was making a comment on that, and I'm like, "Babe, do you know where I'm from?" And because I was talking about like how I'm not from an island or anything, and he's like, "Wait, I thought you were," and I was like, "Both of them are landlocked." No, I think one of them has an ocean, but I don't know. Someone's gonna fact check me so hard.
He's special.
You don't
even know where
I was like quizzing him, and he was like, "Well, I know half of you is from El Salvador," and he was like, "The other one is Guatemala," and I was like, "No, not even a little bit." And I let him think on it, and I told him like yesterday, I'm like, "My dad's Honduran," and I'm like, "None of them are islands." I'm like, "I've told you
He's
this
special.
so many
He's
times."
special.
He is. He's a great listener.
Ron still hasn't told us where he's from.
Yeah.
Or us as in the podcast.
He's just black.
all our viewers.
No.
He has some flavor in him.
But
Got some
in case you
flavor.
need a hint, Marshall, can you give our listeners the hint?
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
That's our hint.
Is that our reaction or the
That's the
people's reaction?
Yes.
Eating dogs and cats.
They
like,
love
that's
the cats. They
everybody's
chase the
reaction.
cats.
I'm trying to remember which one's which. Okay.
It's confusing.
Got it.
I've kind of gotten them memorized. They're a little.
Yeah.
I've messed them up a bunch of times and it's gotten edited because it's like something exciting. And it's like
Wah, or it's something like not
Horrible, and
then
it's
he's
like,
yeah. I'm like, no.
communism.
No, like honestly, I watch the podcast. I'm great. I'm a great wife. I know it's hard.
Oh,
It's
so
hard to
great.
power through some of them. No, not really. Most of them are like fun, but like that last one with the soundboard, it
That was
actually
too ago.
made me cry.
Well, the last one had it as well, but
Yeah.
the one,
The first one with the soundboard.
the one that
and
you've been
Marshall.
talking about is from 2
Well,
episodes
mainly
ago.
it was because I was just playing with
It was
Literally.
hilarious. Michelle and I both talked about it, and we were like, that one actually got us. That one was genuinely really funny.
So, you mentioned earlier that you were public schooled.
Yes.
Out of the three of us currently here,
Yes.
he was private schooled for a while and then homeschooled.
He was private schooled for the majority of his schooling, right?
Yeah, about
And
half.
then you were public schooled, and then I was homeschooled except for vocational school, like high school level vocational school, and then also adult level
Yeah.
vocational school. But I did that in part of schooling. So you have the most, you have the most legitimate public school experience.
So how was the Forbidden Place?
I did not like it. I begged my mom to homeschool me from like 6th grade till I graduated. I have quite a bit of stories. Like I didn't talk to anybody my freshman year because I'm me. But like as I started getting more used to high school, I don't want to talk about elementary, middle school. It was traumatizing. With my little afro, I got so bullied. I got bullied so hard.
We got to see you just a little bit with your hair.
That's
at
like
the
A
first-
year or two
yeah,
grown out.
Yeah, the first year
It was
we saw
rough.
you.
No, I was horrible. I was a horrible child. And I feel like all girls go through this stage where they just don't want to brush their hair. And
I didn't want to
have,
brush my hair. That's why it's short
that's
now.
why you cut it. I like it. But
You look like a professional now. You
I don't look like a hobo.
yeah.
Yeah.
We pulled you off the street, dressed you up nice. But
Put your
like
in my bow
so I have like super curly hair. So I got so knotted. And like the only like reasonable whatever was like to chop it off. And it was horrible. So I had an afro, public school kids. The kids are mean, just period. But then my hair grew out, high school came, got pretty involved, and then like I have so many random stories. To like we were never allowed to use lockers because of guns and stuff, just like that thing. I never got the locker high school experience.
Man, that's
Hot.
another. I was about to say that's another podcast
Yeah.
right there.
It's an only y'all podcast. I'm not dragging my name through the mud with that one. But from not ever being able to use a locker because of like gun threats and bomb threats and stuff like that to finding like a gigantic bag of like
Who would want to
weed.
hurt a chicken?
I was walking through the halls one day, and it was just me. I was never in class, but
And
like,
she graduated miraculously.
I was, because people are slow. So like, honestly, half of those classes,
You're
like,
slow?
were yes, but
No, she graduated top of her class because they were slow.
yes, like
They were slower.
I was in an honors. I was in an AP English, which is like a higher level English class, and like there were some kids in there that like couldn't read, and like that was so scary and like concerning. Just like thinking about how like they've made it through that far and are in an upper level class and can't read.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was wondering why that was, and I'm pretty sure was it Michelle Obama?
Well, yeah, under
Partly.
Obama. Michelle Obama was the food.
She was a food. I know. We had great food in elementary school till she came around and made stuff healthy. But
Who wants healthy
Hell-
food?
Well,
I
it's
know.
healthy
Just
food.
smaller portions of this.
portions.
But yeah, I was never in class. So I'd always get passes from other teachers to go hang out in another teacher's room, and then that teacher didn't care where in the world I was. So I'd either go hang out in another teacher's room that I actually liked or just go walking. So I was just walking down the hallway one day, and like this like big bag of weed was just smack in the middle. And like the bell had just rung, so everyone was like racing to their classes. So I don't know if it fell out of someone's like pocket or like their backpack. And I was just like, that's a lot of weed.
That's angry drug dealers somewhere.
I could make so much money off of this. Not really. So I had to go to like the principal's office, write out a whole report, scrub through the cameras with him. I don't know what came of it.
So
But
you were talking.
not only did I go to public school, I went to public school in the ghetto.
You're talking about walking around halls and stuff. How is it walking around way down there?
It's
and by way
hard.
down there, I mean you're high.
I've gotten pushed down before because like
According to
I can't
Josh,
say that without sounding
on the podcast, what he has said, I think he said that you're anywhere between 4'11" and 5'2".
he's a brat. I am okay with shoes on, but like they barely have a sole. I'm like 5'3". So like realistically,
Oh, sure.
I'm probably like 5'1" to 5'2". I don't think I'm
Fake
quite 5 foot.
news. You heard it here, folks.
I don't think I'm 5 foot. I don't think I'm that short. I'll at least take 5'1". That's
So what is the North Pole like? That's my real question.
so it gets
Whenever
really busy during like December
I'll say
and
what-
just the work up to those months.
And then at what point does Santa call all y'all elves back?
July.
July?
Yeah.
Then why are you still here?
I'm special.
Well,
My
we all know that.
citizenship. I married an American, so I got to stay in the country. I would always joke with Josh about that. I'd be like, if I was undocumented and not born and raised in Oklahoma, would you question my love for you just because of how much my claws were in his back and stuff?
This is like the Hispanic version of if I was a worm, would you still love me?
Yes. If I was an eagle, would you still love me?
Yes.
If my
Would you
fiance ever
smuggle
asked,
me over the border?
if my fiance ever asked me if I was a worm, would you still love me? I'd be like, oh yeah, babe.
Josh told me no. I asked him that question before. I don't know if we were dating it or just talking.
I've gotten asked this before with one of my exes, and
One of them, the only one.
The only one. Man, wait, wow, just wow.
High five for that
High
one.
five.
wah.
Yeah, that was good.
Or should it be this one?
Should be the money one.
I-
Girlfriends are expensive. I'm telling you.
What's
just
your
cut that
experience
out.
in that?
I'm expensive. I'm an expensive wife. Like, honestly, so, like, the first few months of marriage, I'd go to the grocery store, spend, like, $200 on just me and Josh, and I'd come back and I'm like, I'm sorry, it was, like, this much, and I, like, would feel guilty about it, and then he'd be like, no, it's okay, like, what are we gonna do, not eat? And
Yeah.
so I stopped asking that question, and now he just thinks I just don't care. I've gotten a little more free. I bought a bunch of Christmas stuff. I'm so ready for Christmas. I think it's a girl thing.
I think it's what's it called? Never mind. I'm blank.
I'm like a brown white girl. Like, I've noticed, like, in my taste of things, and like, especially when I was making our wedding registry, I'm like, if I just saw this, I'd be like, yeah, this is a blonde, blue-eyed white girl.
You gonna get a
that's
golden
making this
doodle neck?
registry. Huh?
You gonna get a
Golden doodle next.
Golden retriever. My dream dog when I was a kid was a golden retriever because of Air Bud. Have you ever seen Air Bud?
Yeah.
I watched all of them.
I like the Air Buddies. That was
I
good
did.
too.
And then I watched it when I was older, trying to revisit some memories, and I was like, this is a horrible.
yeah, it's horrible.
movie.
Yeah, it's like. Never mind. Yeah.
It was fun. So what's
So-
it like being Josh's brother?
Well, no, I was gonna say, what was something that you learned about Josh after y'all got married that you can share on the podcast?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Like
Mm.
Ron We're throwing Ron under the bus right now.
Again.
Ron waited until after, like, he had asked, like, Joe what stage of life she was in to ever find out what her favorite color was.
Oh, nice.
Like, things that, you'd assume that you'd probably find out before. Obviously, he didn't know where you were from until after y'all
know.
got married.
And I promise you, if
you were
I
from
asked
Oklahoma, but
if I asked him this
Where you're
tonight, he
this-
wouldn't know where my parents were from.
your roots.
I
we
doubt he
should
knows
say.
my dad's name. But
Neither do I.
I don't know his dad's name either.
oh, wait.
Y'all.
At least you were raised with two loving
Yeah,
parents.
that's the great thing about adoption.
Yeah.
Mm.
I had a mom and a grandpa, which
Yeah.
served me well. And I mean, my sisters were so much older than me,
Yeah.
so it worked.
You
But
got multiple
I don't
moms.
know.
That's what I say. Like Esther and Leah are kind of my second.
I promise you, if we
Would-
did that, he'd be mad
Yeah,
at us.
He would.
Just like ASMR. I hate everybody. I don't like the ASMR stuff. But going back to that question, like, I don't know, like, I know you had, like, appendicitis and stuff, but I finally got to see those scars. He throws his clothes everywhere but the laundry basket.
Yeah, that's a guy.
I could have told you
Yeah,
that.
so, like, I don't know if there's
You
anything, like,
didn't
I
see
didn't
his room
know.
before
Yeah.
you get married him.
In
Like,
all fairness, I could try to blame it on Ben. But Ben,
I
like, would
don't-
clean.
Half of
Wow.
he moved
Clean the room.
moved
Look.
out, and half the room is
Yes.
still full of
Yes.
his stuff. He's got as
Yes.
much stuff as I do in here.
You find
I
still?
can reach over here and grab something that's Josh's.
All of that stuff on that shelf off
Yeah.
camera, everything that's not in boxes is Josh's, and a bunch of the stuff that's in boxes
We
is
can't
Josh's.
fit it in our camper. We have no
Stuff
more
in there
storage
is-
space.
Most of that closet's full of his stuff only.
Yeah, but
99
Oh.
pounds contain-
he has the most horrible dirty jokes that I don't know if he like just bloomed after marriage.
He's like, I can say these. Now,
I know,
just to
but
you."
like we'll be laying in bed and like we'll be watching something and they don't even say anything dirty, but like to where you can like in your mind connect it to something
Mhm.
dirty and he'll just spit it out. And it's so much worse than I would have ever imagined it to be. And it's like
his autism coming out. He's just like,
spinning
Did
fan.
you know he was
Yes.
autistic before y'all got married?
Unfortunately, yeah. It's not. It doesn't take very
Unfortunately?
long.
she over.
She's hating on the autistics.
No, don't even. I'm sure I'm a little.
You said unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
Sure, I'm a little.
I need a boo, like a jeer.
A boo for like. No, because I'll be talking to Josh. And like the other day I was having like a deep conversation and I was like about to cry and I'm just making dinner. I'm just getting really deep with him. And I like check in halfway through because I'm like, are you listening?
How deep?
And he's like, how deep are we
In your
willing to
conversation.
go? But, and I like checked in halfway through and I was like, are you listening? And he's like, uh-huh. And then I checked back to where I'm like literally about to cry because it was a sensitive subject. And I was like, Josh. And he's like, huh? And I was like, did you hear any of that? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I checked in halfway through to make sure you were listening.
It's like that meme. It's like, my wife came up to me and said, have you even been listening to anything I've said? And I thought, that's a weird way to start a conversation.
Yeah, pretty much. No. Oh, I learned he sleeps amazing.
He
Like,
snores.
he does snore.
gets-
And he
he
always
knocks
said
out
he did
pretty
not snore.
Oh,
don't ask
I've
how
said
I
he
know this, but
snores.
he gets knocked out pretty quickly. He goes to sleep like.
He goes so fast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like it takes me forever. So I'm just laying in bed for like an extra hour and he's snoring. And like he likes to lay on his tummy because of his back issues and stuff. So I don't even get like an hour of being awake and feeling his cuddles. Like he cuddles me for like 5 minutes before bed. Goes to sleep in his position. Eventually, like sometimes through the night he'll come back and cuddle. But like I'm just a cuddler and I'm like, okay, you leave. But so
She's trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
no, so okay.
Money.
I'll
He
tell
cuddles
you.
with Marshall. Marshall has
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like Josh and I didn't really do any like over like affection stuff that like really when we were engaged or dating we saved most stuff for marriage. So I d-
extracurricular.
Yeah.
She'd get jealous
Wink,
of me.
wink.
She'd get jealous of
She'd
John.
get-
of
I would a little bit. I have to admit, he'd grab your bum and I'd be like, you know, I wish that was me right now.
You wish you were.
If you make fun of my butt size, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
We're not gonna make fun of it. It's his is better.
That's because you're gay.
No.
No.
My fiance would say
At
otherwise.
least a cover.
Cover.
No.
Do you support gay marriage? Yeah, I think gay and lesbians, if they get married, I support that 100%.
It took me a minute to remember which one was which.
But like, oh, where was I gonna go with this?
How's his spending habits?
They're pretty good after we got married. Honestly, now that I've gotten more comfortable, like, oh, this is my card.
No,
Like,
his.
no, I know. I'm worse than he is now. Like,
Now,
he,
how about
he does not
pre-marriage?
spend-
Like within like the first couple months up
Horrible.
to the wedding.
We got engaged and we
Just
were talking
remember,
about
everything will eventually come back.
we got engaged, and no, right before we got engaged, like the week before or something like that, we went to Charleston's, and he bought like a couple $1,000 like upper,
Yeah,
and I
remember
was
that.
like,
Mhm.
I'd like to marry you someday, and I'm like, if we're gonna afford a marriage and a wedding, it's gonna. But and then on our honeymoon, he got himself a little honeymoon present, got himself a PS5.
Mhm.
Matthew said you messed up on that.
Why?
He said he'd have bought that if he'd have put it on the wedding registry.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
y'all
I
should've.
told Josh. I sent the registry to Josh and was like, "Hey, put whatever you want on here." And he's
Might as
like,
well
"It
see
all
what
looks
happens."
pretty good." I know.
Mhm.
At least put it on there. Maybe someone will get it for you. Your mom got us like my frying pan and
Yeah.
stuff. I love that and other things. But yeah, they're pretty good. He's really responsible with his spending. Besides the podcast, he came to me during dinner and was like, "How would you feel if we invest like this much and this much in the podcast?" And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Sure." But it's interesting.
What is your least favorite part about being married to Josh? I mean, like
You've
like,
been dreaming of it for so
say
long.
snore. Like
but-
some people would
No,
say
His
snoring.
snoring's kind of cute.
The
It's
lack
not
of
like
cuddling.
a Danny like bear snore. It's like just a little snore over there on the side of the. I think it's every girl's thing. I just like, I'd love him.
Lack of flowers.
Yes, actually, thank you. His father got me flowers before he did. Like, at least whilst we've been married, and I've like tried
Say,
to
how many times has he
casually-
bought you flowers since you've been married?
0. They're at Target now, dude. Just go to Target.
Walmart?
Go to
Walmart
Target.
has them now.
I'll say
He
Walmart.
claims he doesn't get them because he wants the Sam's card to go to Sam's to get them because they're nicer, so he doesn't have to buy
Just
two
buy two
bouquets
of
from
them at
Walmart.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
$8.
So that's his excuse. But like, yeah,
15 for the bigger
I
one.
started it like just like throwing it out there a little. I'm like, those wildflowers out in the field look so beautiful today. I'd love to just have some of those in like a vase. And then I went to do it myself with him next to me, so we went on like a little flower picking date. And I was like, oh, flowers in the home are just so lovely. And then that didn't work for like a few weeks. So I was just like, hey, you should get me flowers. And like just like asked him, I was like, when do you get me flowers? And that then he told me it's Sam's, and then I think you were there, and you're like, just go get 2 from Walmart. Like our first
It's like
date
they're not
flowers.
the best flowers, but you go like Walmart's right there. It's down the
Yes.
road from where he's doing EMT classes.
Our first date flowers were from Walmart after our date. Like he went in them, I was in the truck because he wanted to go to a florist, but they were all closed. And I was like, you're so fancy for going to a florist for flowers. I'm like, I'll take some Walmart flowers. So we went to Walmart.
Don't
and
buy flowers from a florist.
Oh, they're
way overpriced.
Yeah,
expensive.
stupid.
Our corsages, I took him to my winter formal. They're stupid expensive.
Yeah, just flowers in general.
I've got flowers from like a legit florist once.
Are there like a bunch of fake florists?
And well, I'm saying like a
Like-
brick and mortar like florist
Yeah.
shop,
Mm.
No.
and it was like $100 and something bucks.
I'm sorry.
That's
for
why
the
at
flowers.
funerals you go send flowers because flowers are like ridiculous.
Because flowers die.
expensive.
You can buy, like you can. I mean, obviously things like was it like 1-800 flowers or something.
Yeah.
And you can spend lots of money or get something decent
When
that's a
we
little
were-
cheaper. He can order flowers. What's
he
his
has.
deal?
He has.
Yeah.
No, he was so good when we were
Amazon
like engaged.
has flowers.
Oh,
now.
I know. He was so good when we were engaged. I'm
Get
not
a
complaining
flower-
about him
there's probably
either.
some site that does a flower subscription.
Yeah,
Like,
they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
But,
random.
You
Like
can set it up to
when
deliver like
we
monthly,
were-
bi-monthly, yearly.
Yeah. When we were dating and engaged, well, we dated for 2 months, but we'd known each other and liked each other for like years. So I feel like that's a small fact. But
Years.
and years. But
So many years.
The best years. Incredible, but not as good as the next couple
you
years.
sound like Biden with a hint of Trump.
Yeah, it's a mix between the two.
The only like way I know for a fact you're doing Trump is when you do this.
I do the hands.
The
hands.
cadence.
Yeah, the cadence.
Yeah.
But
If I do it
Otherwise, it'd be like-
loud, it's spot on.
We were-
but I can't do it.
I
quiet.
tell Josh, like, I was really missing him because he traveled, did R&I what you're doing right now. So he's working up in Colorado. And, like, I think the longest I went without seeing him was, like, 3 weeks. But it'd be, like, 2 weeks, a week, and, like, see him for the weekend. And I'd, like, tell him I was, like, missing him a little extra. And then he'd send flowers. And I was like, that's so sweet. And then my mom, like, that totally won her over so much more. Because she was like, oh, I'm glad you have a man that sends you flowers. Josh is, like, his memory, like, when we're talking and stuff is horrible. So, like, my birthday and stuff, thank you. It's short. Need it up a little more. But, like, my birthday and stuff, I don't, like, it was saved in his phone as January 6th for the longest time. Till, like, we were engaged, I think, and I went and was like, why is my birthday marked on the day after my birthday? And then when we were married on our honeymoon, I was like, babe, what's my birthday? And he was like, January 6th, 5th. So
I mean, at least
he's
he
just that kind of
tried.
guy. Yeah. He's just that kind of guy where you can't, like, hold your hopes, like, too high and him remembering, like, yes, this is, yes. I'm
Speaking of him,
expecting.
he just texted me he's on his way.
Nice. You can join in halfway through.
Halfway through.
halfway through, probably the ending.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a long podcast.
Yeah.
He's.
You could do a funny bit where he comes in and he's like, "What are you doing, woman, out of the house?"
He calls me woman all the time,
Yeah.
and I like sass him back.
It's, yeah.
But I forget. I do something all the time, and he's like woman, and like gets on to me about it, because like living with someone new is weird.
Yeah.
It takes a few months of adjusting, and like we've started to kind of get like on the ball, but like putting the one thing I learned is that your mom didn't teach y'all to put the toilet seat down.
Yes, they don't.
Thank you.
So here's the thing, though.
You guys share
You've
the
always had
bathroom.
our own bathroom. Why would you
Still.
put the toilet seat down?
Still. And like
'Cause
we were
in case you
married.
need to rush to make a poo.
You just flick it down.
But
You know, sometimes you don't have that
Yeah,
much
I don't
time.
know.
If you don't got
and
that much time, you don't got enough
me
time
and
to get in
Marshall
there,
have
period.
traumatizing experiences with this bathroom here.
If you don't have enough time to flip it down, you ain't got enough time, period. You were too late in general.
But so like I was just going one day and like we have to sit for like either one. And I almost fell in the toilet. Camper toilet is not a fun toilet to
So
fall
why
in.
wouldn't you look at it?
I was so people in my household
it's
would
common.
put the toilet seat down.
It's common in most households to do.
You have what, your
So,
mom, and
the
that's
thing
like
is-
yeah, and that's it.
It's
We're
a-
outnumbered.
The whole reason is
Or
it's
she's
supposed to be,
outnumbered.
common courtesy. You put down the toilet seat. Except for whenever we rush in to go to the bathroom, we didn't have to lift it up.
Okay.
Unless we're going to put a urinal and a regular toilet in every bathroom.
I guess you guys could get away with that because it was just you two
I'll say it was
really
our
using this
bathroom.
bathroom, and I mean guests, but
Every
like,
once in a blue moon.
yeah. But now that it's like 1-to-1 ratio gender wise, because there's only 2.
So far.
Until God like releases an update or something and adds more.
Releases an update.
But like it was like a week of like every single time I'd be like, Josh, I was like, you need to put the toilet seat down. I was like, I'm gonna fall in one of these days, and he's like, don't drown.
I was going to say.
But yeah,
While we're on this topic, folded or wadded?
Wadded.
folded.
Folded.
You're a man though.
Folded, 100%.
Thank you.
All right, now,
Are you talking?
the toilet paper.
It's not
Do you,
many things
kinda
that could be
fold
talked
it out?
about
I know,
here.
I
Or take it and
know.
kind of just crunch it up. And
No, I was talking. Ooh, that's hard.
Well, wrap
It's-
around is different too.
Folding
Yeah,
is
I do
cost-
wrap
'Cause
around.
that's more like kind of basically folded-ish.
Yeah, it's folded-ish. But
I don't like that.
wrapped around.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
too
know-
close to just using your hand.
What do you mean if your hand doesn't get dirty?
I know, but still,
Now,
like
here's the other question:
it's
sitting
wrong.
or standing to whenever you're doing it, wipe it.
I'm not answering this
Are you sitting
question.
down,
You mean
Are you,
fully
or like are you kind of hovering? Are you like
Mm.
sitting down still?
I think I'm hovering just a little bit.
Sitting for me.
Yeah.
I know way too much about you guys. Like seriously. I'd known Marshall like maybe a year, and Josh comes out of this house and like onto the porch with some cloth, and he puts it over my head, and I'm yelling at him because I'm like, I'm getting attacked. And he takes it off, and it's Marshall's underwear. And like how I like was still starry eyed in this
Marshall's
man's
like,
eyes,
which-
I really don't know.
Marshall's like, which ones? I'm gonna burn them.
No, Marshall was like, it's okay, they're washed.
They're clean.
Other things, but like, and like Esther, Josh's mom, she was like, honey, I would not still be liking this boy, like about her own son and stuff.
Yeah.
It was
And yet you
fun.
somehow still married him. I don't know
It's
what's
a
wrong
happily.
with you.
It's a weird way some guys flirt. It's weird. Just
I don't know if it was
yeah.
flirting or
If
trying
you
to
think-
scare me away.
If you,
I think honestly, he just couldn't push me away, so he's like, you know what?
if you
I'll
think
stick
I'm
with her.
flirting with you, I'm probably just being nice. If you think that I'm roasting you, I'm probably trying to flirt. Marshall's like, oh my. There was a meme I saw once and it made me
Yeah.
laugh. I was like, it's more like if I'm roasting you, I'm probably being nice. I like you.
I feel like it didn't take us very long to be like siblings.
Oh, I
Exactly.
saw some stupid video of a lady saying, "Oh, it was she was really like that kind of overrate." Yeah.
You're so mean.
Oh.
You're
so mean.
said.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Yeah. And she was like,
oh,
would
Riley.
survive a zombie like the overweight or obese would survive a zombie apocalypse because this is all our stored food. And I was like,
Like, I don't think it works
good
that way.
Yeah, I don't think that works that way. And in a zombie apocalypse, you might have to run away.
Oh
Don't
my
make
goodness.
don't make fun of fat people, Marshall. One day they may save your life in a bear attack.
coming from coming from the chubby community here. Halt to phones.
I don't know if
I
I'd
don't
call you
know.
fat
Yeah.
by any means.
It's weird.
Now, the
because,
lady doing yoga at the Marriott Gardens the other day,
Oh, your engagement photos.
they're like, all right, now look to this direction. And I look over and there's
See
like
a
about
moon?
there's about 70 plus people out there doing yoga. But at the very back of them, for good reason, she was in the back.
Ben.
She was at the very
I mean,
back.
she-
And they're all facing away from me, like facing that way. And so I'm
She might have
looking.
consumed something.
What if
And
they have like
She's
medical
wearing like
issues?
a shorter. She's wearing like a short skirt.
I
and, like,
wouldn't
some
wear a
pants.
short
Yeah.
skirt.
medical issues?
She wearing like
and-
short skirt and underwear. That's it. Or, I mean, she
Yeah.
got a shirt on, obviously, but like
Hopefully.
no. She
How'd
needed,
you
she
know?
needed
I was
at
I was
least
about to ask how
leggings.
you knew she had underwear on,
Oh,
and I don't want to
and
know.
then all of a sudden it's like I look over and I just see her butt up in the
Yep,
air,
see a moon.
and I'm like, whoa, hello.
Why are you still looking at this point?
And like
I
I
have
look over.
questions
and
for
I
Why
was
can't
like,
see the
No, I look over. I said, "Oh no!" and like turn back, and they're like, "What?" And they look over. They're like, "Oh no!" I was like, "It's like
Aw.
a train wreck."
Oh, why?
Most of them were
I
like
don't-
little yuppie people out there doing yoga in the
Yuppie.
park, and then there was her. And I mean, you know,
don't
you're
know.
out there trying.
There's
She was in the
people
back for good
that
reason.
are overweight, and then there's
but big.
Exercise is hard. It's not fun. Like getting active. Getting active is fun, but like especially with like my heart, it just is like uncomfortable.
Ozempic has ruined a lot of American things.
Like I think about it
Like
and I'm
Lainey
like, why
Wilson.
would you do that? Because obviously, I'm like, obviously it's intended for something else, so
Keep it
you're
away
gonna
from
have
Sydney
side
Sweeney.
effects. Stay away from Sydney Sweeney.
Ozempic, stay away.
She's so pretty. But
Oh,
okay.
did you hear what she said the other day?
Sydney Sweeney,
I
I
don't
don't
pay
keep up with
attention,
her.
no.
Do you like? Never
No,
mind.
like she made a whole whatever about how like it was something about SNL and how like they were using her for her body and she didn't know about any of the jokes and like someone from SNL said Yeah, she encouraged those jokes, so this is a bunch of bull crap.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
you know, victim, whatever. I don't-
Complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some people
You're already
like
making
that.
a bunch of money on your...
To the cha-ching.
Sheen.
There we go.
Found it.
Whoop. There's only 4 options.
Yeah.
So, I have a question.
Ooh.
Yes.
What is your biggest phobia? Like irrational phobia. Like the dumbest thing you should
Irrational?
be scared of.
I don't think irrational.
Oh. Come on.
Don't like spiders, but I can
Caterpillars.
deal with them. I'm not really scared of caterpillars. They just don't like me.
I honestly haven't gotten the full breakdown on that story.
I touched a fuzzy caterpillar, and apparently I'm highly allergic. My
Nice.
arm started with
You're
my
just
hand, and then it worked
special.
up my arm, and it all went numb, and I was losing all feeling. Yeah,
It's something in the Himberg gene. I don't know. It's just like...
it's broken.
Yes, it's broken.
Yeah.
They're all,
Esther,
like supper. It's like, how many autoimmune diseases do you have?
Yes,
Like,
it's like...
only 5.
apparently y'all have good hearts and stuff though.
Yeah, apparently. So-
Yeah.
Good hearts, good blood
Good-
pressure.
Thank
not
God
not
I'm
you.
adopted
but,
because I don't have any risk for autoimmune.
Like
Might have
Josh,
risk for
Just
sickle
I
cell.
was like,
but-
just a sickle cell.
Josh took his blood pressure and he gets so nervous before school. So he took his blood pressure and it's 90 and he's like, oh, I knew my heart was beating fast.
His
and I'm
heart
like,
rate, not blood pressure.
yeah.
His heart
No,
rate
it was his
90.
blood pressure, but it said his pulse. His
as well.
pulse. His
Yeah.
pulse. And so I took it and I was just chill and calm and stuff and it was 102 and I was like, this is just me on a Tuesday, buddy. I was like, deal with it. Wait till you're getting to 210.
I don't think.
Till-
I don't know if Josh could do that. 210.
I
Running
get there.
and
Oh,
stuff.
I get
thought
there.
you were talking about weight. I was like,
Oh,
no,
wait. No, you're talking about heart
pulse.
rate.
oh yeah. It's like
I've
weight.
gotten
I don't think
to-
Josh could get to 210 without. It'd be
I've-
hard.
I've gotten to. He's getting some chub. Some chub.
It'd be a lot.
Be a lot. It's so cute. He
lot.
wants to lose it and stuff, but I feel a sense of pride, I feed you, but
Have some more.
just eat. But yeah. So
Dang it.
what's your irrational phobia?
So my biggest thing would be spiders or needles.
Spiders.
But spiders I'm less scared of than needles.
I
I hate
can't-
needles. I'm not scared of needles in the side of them or somebody else giving themselves a shot. I just don't like them coming towards me. And IV is fine. IM is not. It's only if IM intermuscular or sub-Q or something where they stab it in.
I've gotten a few IVs in my
Instead
lifetime.
of IV doesn't bother me.
You know what?
Getting my
The
blood
drugs.
drawn or anything.
The drugs are great.
Never
getting my
gotten
blood done.
one. I've never been to the ER.
I've been
I
a few
have.
times, and every time, the one time they basically did Benadryl, and it just I was fuzzy. But this last time they did morphine, and what's the contrast? The one that makes you feel like you're about to pee yourself. Was it contrast?
Well, yeah, kind of.
That-
For doing a scan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got that too, and it was just a lot of drugs.
Yep.
But mine is so stupid, and it's zombies. But since I've moved in the camper, it's people.
Oh, you have no idea
Someone-
how stupid mine is. So I don't know if...
Someone knocked on our camper door, and no one will admit who knocked on the camper door. So now I just live in fear because it was absolutely a knock. It was the middle of the day. And I have had I've had the most horrible nightmares since then. And I've woken Josh up go check the door. Because I feel like someone's going to break in and attack us and stuff.
Wait till Black Ops 6 comes out. Zombies.
I can't play it. I can't watch any movies. When I was little, I would not go outside after a certain time. And this was itty bitty Kim. I was 5 or 6. But it all stems from watching the Walking Dead episode, the pilot episode with my sister.
Yeah.
When I was little. And ever since then, it's been horrible. It's the most irrational, dumb fear. It's gotten better. But I just know I can't handle watching anything like that, or it's stupid. What's your dumb one?
What's your phobia? Say it a little louder. What?
Oh, yes.
Begin.
Chicken.
Birds. Not chickens.
Birds.
Large birds.
Like a hawk. I'd be scared of a hawk
No,
if it was
like a ostrich.
Like up.
Like
You know the
up.
bird in Up?
Mhm.
That's where it
If
stems.
He's
it's bigger,
cute.
if it's bigger than a human, I'm a little scared of it.
But like, what about like a flamingo?
Have you seen emus? Emus were at war with Australia.
Didn't
they won!
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they win?
So
I think it was more Australia was at war with emus,
Yes.
but yeah.
So I'm not scared of like chickens or anything like that, or even small birds. But when it gets like up to here, like geese kind of just like I'm kind of
Geese are evil.
Geese are cute.
no, they're
They're
evil.
evil.
You know, you can
They're
go
evil. They're like
in certain states. You can go and just take a goose, and just keep it.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
So,
Springfield,
wasn't that,
Ohio.
Like, yeah, isn't yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're also eating like pond animals like that.
That was yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
little
Cute.
little duckling.
I'd steal a goose. I want a capybara.
You steal a goose?
I'd steal a goose. Like if I
Man.
could keep it somewhere and it
a
have a
silly
good
goose.
life.
You know you'd have to let it go to go up north at some point.
Silly little goose.
I just
You just keep it like right here.
I'd have one of those like fancy like leather like recliners and just like sit by the campfire. Just like
Is it
with
a
the
goose down recliner?
That'd be horrible. You would do that.
You're next.
If you're a girl, I'd say you'd be like a cat lady. But you're not. So like I don't know
despise
what
cats.
animal you would have been.
They're
You would
awful.
be. You love
You would be a
dogs.
barrel racer.
Ben would be a buckle bunny.
Yeah, I see it.
Going all like that should get you in trouble. Like, whew, your butt showing, especially if you had those Hembry jeans. So, like, I grew up wearing pants, and your family grew up wearing like skirts, and we're,
I
like,
love skirts.
They're
I wear
great.
them every day. It's so free. I wear my skirts with my
It's
tube
for
tops.
different reasons.
it's
why
so attention grabbing to other athletes. No, I meant to say it's so attention desperate, and grabbing just came out.
I mean, it gets a lot of attention
It
too.
is.
Attention desperate would be skinny shorts, or not skinny shorts.
I can see it as
Skinny-
boxers.
Skinny jeans. Skinny jeans. would
Which
be
is
it.
like any pair of
Yeah,
regular
it's
fit
just-
jeans. on
Honestly,
me.
okay, so I wasn't blessed with hips or butt or anything like that. So I honestly think I could wear jeans and it'd be fine. But like y'all grew up wearing skirts and
It's
stuff.
like Lainey Wilson after the Ozempic.
You guys are not letting the Ozempic go.
It took everything
It
from
took-
us. I can't do. That's so
Like-
bad.
It's like
You
I
are
honestly
an
didn't
engaged
even-
man.
I never cared. It just I know the memes.
Adley, I need you to hit him. I'm so happy. Like you finally found the one that is willing to smack you across your face.
Yeah.
What I wanted
Like
to
a
do for years,
godsend.
but couldn't do. I can live vicariously now.
What do you mean couldn't? You still did.
Yeah, but still, I wasn't allowed
Yeah.
to.
It was a godsend.
But like,
Abusive.
you would hit me back.
You know,
I hate that.
gay
too.
couples have the lowest percentage of domestic violence.
Mhm.
Straight traditional couples, straight couples, have the second. They're in the middle, and lesbian couples have the highest percentage of domestic violence. So I wonder who's the problem here. Just saying.
I don't know if it's the gender or just the group of people, but yeah, I don't know. I beat Josh a few times, but
I think women are a lot more like
like my
when
hit
women
is
are
like
violent, they're not gonna kill each other.
my hit.
When men are violent, they're gonna kill each other.
No.
My
ma-
hit doesn't even hurt. Like if I try to hit, like I've hit you as hard as I possibly can, and you like laugh at me afterwards. Like it's offensive. I need to work out and just come one day and just like bam. What?
Kim's gonna come in like all roided up, like
Screw that Ozempic. Give me the steroids.
she's like, I'm on trend, and
What's trend?
it's a steroid,
Oh, I was on steroids for a bit.
not that kind of steroids.
I know, but you know,
Oh
I
man,
do like to beat my husband.
In
At what?
way?
like poker, chess.
I'm horrible at poker. I'm horrible at chess. I don't like chess. Like I just don't want to learn it. So like anytime someone wants to play with me, I'm like I don't want to use my mind that much. Like give me checkers. Like I'll just lose at that. I can beat him in a good. Is it Mancala? Moncala?
Come on, call
Moncala. I can beat him in Moncala.
Yeah.
But
Oh man. Well, I think
You
we're
think?
gonna wrap up this
You think?
episode.
I think.
And
I'm so mean to you. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
we'll end this one right here. So thank y'all so much for watching this episode of the Good But Not Soft podcast. If you enjoyed this, please leave us a like, comment, share with other people, subscribe if you aren't already, and we will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Adios.
All right, before we go, Kimberly,
Yes.
what is your good advice?
Look at, if you ever think about like your spouse and like how they throw the socks on the ground and stuff, don't think about it like, ugh, I have to pick up their socks again. Think about like, I get to pick up their socks and like I have them here with me and stuff. And I get to love them and stuff. So love your spouse, don't beat them.